Good morning everyone, today we're going to be talking about which Crimson Realm is the best to farm for, especially if you're still trying to make your Gigas Triyals. But before we jump into all of that, if you're new to the channel, I upload NGS content daily, so if you do play this game, I would really appreciate a subscribe, as it really helps out the channel. Anyway, without further ado, let's begin the video. So the very first thing I want to showcase over here is I have crafted over, well, I'm going to craft over 100 of these Mega Triyals, simply because I've just been farming a lot of purple triggers as well as, of course, the Crimson Realm. Now, as for the Crimson Realm, personally, I prefer Neusen Plant. The reason why I prefer Neusen Plant is because there are a lot of mechanics in Neusen Plant that you can take advantage of. So for my newer players out there, I highly recommend you guys to take advantage of all the different map mechanics, such as the dodging mechanic in order to get the extra damage, the ground pound mechanics. There's a lot of different mechanics that you need to take advantage of in Neusen Plant, as it deals significant amounts of damage, especially the sidestepping one. The sidestepping one is literally a photon blast every 4 seconds. All you gotta do is wait for the rings to pulse 3 times. On the 3rd ring, you do a sidestep, and boom, you get this giant ball that hits the closest target near you and deals as much damage as a photon blast, so several 100,000. That will definitely help you guys clear Driveras a lot faster. So that's why I really like Neusen Plant. Another reason why I like Neusen Plant is because Triyals tend to show up a lot more often, so if you're looking for Driveras specifically, it does show up a lot more often in the Neusen Plant, in my personal opinion and from my own experience. And last but not least is, of course, Neusen Plant is a lot smaller and the elevation is a lot more flatter, so it's a lot easier to navigate throughout the map. So Neusen Plant is my pick. Now, I know Dext space is still really good for making money, for making seasonal points and all of that stuff. I just don't like Dext space that much anymore because compared to Neusen Plant, especially when Crimson Realm is around, it's just so big, and then you gotta traverse everywhere, and then there's so much crazy elevation and stuff. It kind of gives me a Mount Magnus flashbacks, but Mount Magnus clearly was a lot worse. But yeah, nowadays when it's Crimson Realm and Dext space, I'm not as incentivized to farm there. I might farm there for like 30 minutes to an hour, versus when it's Neusen Plant, I am down to farm a lot longer here. It's just a lot easier, and whenever the Drivera shows up, it's like 100% guaranteed that you're going to be able to clear it, as long as you have at least like 3 people who know the mechanics. But nevertheless, I do recommend people to look out and understand what mechanics there are in Neusen Plant, because they are very, very easy, and it's just free damage, so it's really nice to have that. But with that being said, let's head over to the item lab and let us craft a bunch of our Mega Triyals. I believe we should be able to craft a couple of them, or Giga Triyal actually. We're gonna craft our Mega Triyals first. We're gonna head over to Capsule Exchange over here. Down here is the Mega Triyals, and you can see that we're able to make 12 more Mega Triyals. Wabam. And now that we've crafted all our Mega Triyals, again, we're gonna go to Augment Capsule, and now we're gonna craft our Giga Triyals. And as you can see, we can craft 2 Giga Triyals. Again, we are gonna be limited by our Prog Triyals, because these are not tradable. You have to farm these by yourself. So, we do need to farm a little bit more, but at the very least, we do have quite a bunch of Mega Triyals. Now, unfortunately, the prices for the Giga Triyals have crashed significantly. When we look at the prices over here, they're at 850k, 900k, they're somewhere in that range now. If we were looking at the prices of these yesterday or the day before, they were in the millions, and they were like very solid 1.5 million, 1 million, they were within that range. So, a lot of people are farming for this, and so obviously the prices are going down as the supply greatly exceeds the demand. However, if you are looking to increase your potency, I do recommend using the Giga Triyal, especially on your armors, to replace all of your Mega Triyals. Now, personally, I would not use it on the weapon. The reason I say this is because you have much better choices on the weapon already. You have all of your EX augments, which I did not mention yesterday, but your EX augments are far better than any other normal augment, simply because each of your EX augment actually gives you 4.5% potency, versus all of the normal augments that we talked about yesterday, or the mid-tier augments. Those were all like 3.5%. But you see, then you've got the Anti capsule. This one's a very, very expensive capsule, but it gives us 5% potency increase. You've got your Gland Gigas Maste, 4.75, Gland Gladius Soul, 4.75, and Lux Hal Finale at 5%. So, you know, if you're using these augments right here, there's absolutely no reason for you to use the Gigas Trial. So for weapons, it's definitely a pass, but for the armors, it's definitely worth looking out for, simply because, well, the armors don't have EX augments. So you have to kind of mix and match and kind of use what you've got, all right? So in conclusion, if you're looking to make money, basically just farm in wherever the Crimson Realm is, whether it be Dext-based or Neusen plant. But personally, I prefer Neusen plant. It's just a lot more streamlined and easier to farm. Now, I do understand that, again, the Prog Triyals, crafting into the Gigas Triyals, all of those prices are going down. However, you know, you could always invest into the future and hold on to all of those materials or hold on to all of those Gigas capsules. And then later down the line, after Crimson Realm goes away, you know, once the supply dries out, then the prices will stabilize again. So that is definitely something you guys can look out for, or you can just sell now in order to make a quick buck so that you can buy whatever the heck you need. Because remember, the Frames Arms Girls collaboration is right around the corner, so a lot of people do need a lot of Meseta.
Special thanks to all the members for supporting the channel. It really means a lot to me. Thank you again.
But yeah, that's all I wanted to cover in today's video. Hopefully you guys found it helpful. If you did, I would appreciate a like and a subscribe, and I'll see you guys in tomorrow's video. Bye.